Like we in the club, fly flashy, grown classy, so turn to the dub. Saturday mornings, no walk of shame, we fresh up. 950 lounge, that's my guilty pleasure. I don't miss my favorite show, I put everything on hold. Work the baby, even the babysitter know. When 950 come on, don't bother. I'm locked in 10 to 1, no problem.
On the Ride 950 Lounge live Saturday morning, keeping it going again. Big shout to all our networks that are tuning in and wherever you're doing this Saturday. Thank you for starting with us. Our first guest is no stranger to this show. He's been here many times. He's a hard-working brother in the film industry. He's done a bunch of things. Love Is Blind, a few others. Brooklyn something. Brooklyn Fever, thank you. I know I'm a fan of yours. But ladies and gentlemen, welcome back again, my man, Juan Florexile. What's going on, bro?
Thanks for having me, cuz.
No doubt. It's live radio, so the things happen here. But
it's rock,
yes, sir. Good morning, man, again, and thanks for coming through, man. I know you reached out to me, like I said, you know, you fam to this thing. So anytime you call me or hit at me, we're gonna make it fit.
Alright.
But
we're gonna give you more time this time. Last time was a full house.
Well, that wasn't my fault. I mean, he called me like the morning.
Like I said, we're gonna give you more time this morning.
What I know is about, man.
I know I'm family, man.
Yeah, no doubt. But let's talk about The Consequence. And I did some research on it. Obviously, it's about a gentleman similar to you, Haitian descent, now is in the country and going through some things. Yeah. Talk about it a little bit.
Yeah, The Consequences, I basically did that one for the culture. Especially like the Haitians and anyone from the Caribbean, or anyone that knows anyone from the Caribbean that knows the struggle.
Right.
It's about this guy, he young man, Haitian, of course, and had a wife and has a daughter.
Right.
And then with the Haitians, it's always not only is it culture, but it's religion. Voodoo is a big part of the Haitian culture.
Right.
So
that's where the old rumor, like from Harlem Nights, bury your drawers in the backyard, can leave the house.
Yeah. So this guy,
Dominique LaRue,
Dave, he's doing good for himself.
Okay.
Okay.
He's doing good for himself.
Right.
And then what happened is, and other people, if they feel they tend to be jealous, and what they'll do voodoo on you. And Dave, of course, he's from the country, so his belief is, he's Catholic, but he also believes in voodoo.
Right. He remind me of Screwface. He can't die.
Well,
Screwface is alive.
Give me 10,000 deaths worse than you.
Let me
puppets. Push on the buttons.
Yeah. Let me ask you. Like I said, you have did a lot of different projects. Before you even came here, I told my brother you did a lot of different projects, and we can't put you in a box. Doing this movie, did it have anything to do with the politics that's going on? Because how the White House is looking at immigration and different ethnic groups. Did that play a part?
That, Rodeo, definitely. With the backstory to it. Is basically this guy Dave, he gets the opportunity to come to America, and being that he's from the struggle, he's in Haiti, living day to day, basically just trying to take care of his daughter. So when that opportunity came, of course he was more happy to take advantage of that situation. So when he got here, he thought he'll work and everything will be happy-go-lucky, but it wasn't that. He came without papers. So it was a constant thing where he had to watch his back every day.
Do what he had to do.
Right, because he didn't come with no green card, just a visa, and he overstayed his visa.
Right, no doubt.
So that has a lot to do with the influence.
Yeah,
when I was writing it, I was basically thinking of what you said, current events and stuff like that.
Being like I said, being of Haitian descent and everything, what do you think about? I just want to get off track for a minute. What we and my brother was talking about. What do you think about the White House right now? I mean, it's one thing to sit there and discuss it, but to actually be a person that he's speaking on. How do you think about what's going on at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue right now?
Honestly, my personal opinion.
Keep it clean now.
It's a family program.
This mother. Oh, go ahead, but seriously.
I think it's a joke. It's a joke, and the reason I say that is because.
Yeah, he knows that. Go ahead.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. Well, our boss, the chief of entertainment, all he thinks about is himself. And I don't feel he cares for anything for the people.
Right.
The way he speaks, his mannerism, his rules, demeanor and everything. I don't think, a man that, just because you're a businessman don't mean that you know the political analogy to run a country.
Right.
You know what I mean? I think everything he does is his own benefits. If you just look at the whole White House, like his son-in-law, the position his daughter's in, and just the lies, man. I don't know. I mean, America's America, I love it, but the White House right now, it's a joke, man, big joke.
No doubt. We're chopping up my man Juan Florexile, that new movie, The Consequence, coming out.
When Juan said that, he took a deep breath like, it's a joke.
What I really wanted to say.
I know, no doubt. And we got that. Now, you've been in here many times, so we've asked these questions many times, but again, you continue to strive and push independent cinema. Let's talk about the state of independent cinema from a standpoint. Obviously, web series of abundance. Everybody's doing now the Instagram memes. So now people doing independent plays are coming out more and more. But your thoughts? You've been doing this for a very long time, and you do it at a high rate. Does the fact that everybody has the opportunity to be creative and do their own thing, obviously it's a free world, but from a standpoint of people recognizing your work compared to somebody else, so you kind of find it where you get a little bit of annoyed or angry because somebody's doing something and they don't put the same work in like you do, but they call it an independent film or a web series. Does that bother you? Because, like, listen, I put this work in, I know what I do and how I strive to make this happen, but I'm bunched up with everybody else because of some of the calamity they put on their programming. Your thoughts?
Actually, I think it's a good thing that the platforms opened up and we don't have to depend basically on the person who's holding the gate keys, more or less. But in the same token, where you said, would I get upset? It's not really upset, but I get a little annoyed when I see, like you said, we would put independent filmmakers like myself, we would write the script, get actors together, a lot of budget to bring production value, a good story, and then meanwhile someone else with a big budget, Hollywood I would say, and then the story you watching the movie and the movie don't really make sense, but they just throw a lot of big names in the picture to give it some kind of a variety, and then you look at your work, independent filmmaker, and then the storyline has more effect on it, but yet it wouldn't get the same look because it doesn't have a big name.
Exactly.
Because I remember we talked, we've been talking now for a couple of years. We talked offline about Love is Blind. You said, you kept the actors happy with weed and chicken. And again, I think that's a real thing because, when you're putting these projects together and you're working with people who are striving like you are, maybe they didn't have to break, they're striving to try to grow. It's because of technology. But then there's other people who are doing this stuff in the similar boats, but just don't have the vision or the mindset or, even the structure. Like Spike Lee once mentioned about, him going to film school and we learning. Matty Rich, who made, Straight out of Brooklyn, didn't do that, but then Matty Rich only made one film. There was no growth.
27 years ago.
Right, exactly what I'm saying. So it's no growth. So there is something to be said for structure, but again, like somebody like yourself that's been doing it, I mean, because I know that's how I feel about it with the radio brand, and obviously now that we're going into more of a media piece, and I've been getting different things from people, and I'm like, oh my God, like I respect the fact that somebody's got to start somewhere and somebody's putting the work, but I think there has to be some skill and some structure involved. Like people, like we were talking with Nelson before, we set up, and I was like, anybody with a microphone feels they can talk. We were doing this thing for over 5 years. It just didn't happen overnight. That structure and that chemistry, it's a process.
I think you gotta also have discipline.
Yeah, discipline is a big part of it, because like you said, it's independent, which means you have no backends. So it's really you and your timing and the people that believe in you, as opposed to a company that's gonna lay everything out for you, build you a studio and just get you do your thing. So it doesn't really work like that. But then, like you said, people with names, just because they have a name, here you go, and they I wouldn't say taking your job, but the fact that they're already established with other work, then they're more looked upon
now,
as opposed to you.
Let me ask you, what it's a lot of different web series out, a lot of different independent. What would you sit down and watch, besides, your
950 Lounge.
Yeah. No, I'm talking about web series. Always about himself.
It is.
Yeah, what would you? Because I like I said, I know you cool with 848. I see you do a few cameos. I do watch them. Say shout out to Tone and them, and we're gonna have them up here soon. Yes, sir. What would you sit up there and watch and say it's a good, good brand show?
Good story.
Yeah.
Remember, Juan, you might have to work with some of these people, so don't let rodeo paint you in a box.
Don't worry, the light's on you, brother. Go ahead now.
There's a few, man. There's a few, but a lot of them I just hear, because a lot of people now, hey, Juan, check out my web. Hey, Juan, my cousin got a web series. Yeah, I got you. But then, it's like, I started watching them, and then after a while, I'm like, what is this?
Yeah.
Right.
It's like, because
who is these?
Who is these?
Yeah, it's like it's a hook. Right. But then after the hook is what else is.
Yeah, you got a phone, you can shoot. You can shoot a web series with a phone.
Yeah.
You can.
People are doing it.
Yeah, you can do it. But structure, have a storyline, something with a meaning.
Right.
I'm gonna watch it. Like you said, Inch, 848.
Yeah, I do watch that.
I watched that, and I used
Big
to watch,
Inch represent Edenwald.
Respect Life.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got
respect. Out of Brooklyn, I watched that.
Yeah, you got a couple of them, man, and I respect everyone's creativity. As long as you bringing something to the table. I mean, it's 8 billion people on Earth, man.
Yeah. So. Speaking of that, and again, I mean, not the 8-4. It's a billion of them. Yeah. But do you feel as a producer of content that you have a kind of a moral or a responsibility to try to put out stuff that represents different forms of Black life? I had nothing against any web series, don't get me wrong. Yeah. But they all seem to represent the same thing. It's somebody in the projects shoot them up, trying to make it, make that money, or my baby mama is ripping me off. Right. But if that's the only image of Black life, then what is that saying? Yeah, right. So how can we get mad when somebody says, well, I don't want to mess with y'all because all y'all do is rob, steal, and have babies. Right. So putting it on the table. Right. Exactly. So. I mean, and again, your content really dives in. That's why, I always, not just saying it because you're here, I've always followed your content because there's stories. Love is Blind was a story. Brooklyn Fever, a story. I'm looking forward to seeing Consequence. But your thoughts on, do you feel like, independent artists, even though they're saying what's out there, and this is not just for movies or film, it's music too, it's talk. Every show I see, even on this network, everything is about one thing. Yeah. I try to, with my show, go beyond, go against the grain. Your thoughts on film production and responsibilities in content. Is there any responsibility in content?
Yeah, I believe so, because if you look at my work, when I did Hope of Brooklyn Story, I didn't know much about filming. So I did research, you know, watched YouTube and a couple of the filmmakers that inspires me, like Spike, like you said, Roberto, a couple guys I watch and look, and then, you know, being that, of course, technology is much easier nowadays to get hands on. So I said to myself from day one, I want to do something that has a storyline.
Right.
I don't want to just pull out the camera and
some with some substance.
Action and everybody just, nah, I'm going to put it on paper, and then if it makes sense, we're going to continue it. And sure enough, you know, we had a little meeting. Of course, Rollo, shout out to Rollo. Chopped it up with my wife, you know, everything. We liked it, cast the people, bam, put it out, and, you know, locally, people, you know, good perception.
Before we go any further, we have a digress audience. Chop it up means
diverse.
Oh, my bad. Chop it up means talk, ladies and gentlemen. Because somebody like, oh, he killed his wife? No, he was talking to her. You know, we just want to put that out
Only you
there.
would say that.
Well, you know, hey, somebody may say chop it up.
What
you know, what you doing?
What type of audience
he did say he gave his cash chicken. You know,
what did you call the audience again? A diet?
Digress. I said digress.
Yeah, exactly.
Let me ask you, like, we was just talking about how, you know, when you do shows, you know, when you do shows for the first time, you can tell, and I can say, you can tell by a person that's seasoned in this business and a person who's not. Now that, you know, because you're seasoned, so your storyline's going to be more, it's more aggressive because you're seasoned. You can tell when somebody just everybody that first starts in anything, it's hold
on a second, Juan, talking to the mic, we getting feet. Just there you go. Get up on it. Don't be afraid of it. Okay, go ahead.
But anybody that begins in anything, you're gonna see it. You know, as a job, you know what I'm saying, on stage. Now that you're seasoned, do you see, when you see people that beginning to come into this business, do you like talk to them and like, this is something that you should do, you know, now that you've been in the business a long time? So do you talk to other people like, yo, this is something you should not do because, yo, I made that mistake and I don't want you to make that mistake?
Yeah. Like you said, in a couple web series, I speak to a couple guys and I tell them, you know, I give them feedback, man, whether they like it or not. Like, yo, you know, perception is everything. Like Kev was just saying, we getting this image of black folks, it's the same thing, project, get the money, get the bag, all right, you got the coke, blah, blah. Like, you gotta do something else, you know, just, there's other people, you know, you don't have to shoot Bill, the Cosby Show or nothing.
It's more than just showing material.
Again, like we grew up, my generation grew up on comic books. So like comic books would take you to a place that didn't exist. The Jetsons and different things we would watch. Right, so it helped, and again, I use that even to on this show. It helps me open my mind. It started me at a young age looking at things beyond just what my physical presence was. And I think a lot of the creators today don't expand. They just look at what's okay. I'm here. I'm in a concrete jungle.
What's popping?
Right, exactly. And I see that. And even TV has capitalized on that with like the Love and Hip Hops and the reality shows, and everything is capitalized on just no expansion.
But you gotta understand. But people are just telling what they see. Some people, a lot of times, you can't really broaden your horizons because of all the stuff that's around. You can always
broaden your horizons. We didn't grow up in a rose garden. Sometimes the one thing about New York, okay, and I will say this, and then we'll take a quick break. The one thing about New York is that you can jump on a train and you can go anywhere in the city. Now the prices keep going higher, but you can go anywhere in the city. You can't necessarily do that in Louisiana.
You necessarily
can't do right. Exactly. You can grow. You can go to the library if you don't have a computer at home, and you can read things about different places. It's a conscious effort. And if you're putting out content, and I challenge anybody, whether it's talk, music, what have you, you're putting out content. Go outside your comfort zone.
Yeah, man.
You know, be creative. It's the one thing that, okay, it may not work, but if it does, it's cool. And a businessman once told me, if you want a highway and 100 cars are going left or right, if one car decides to go right to left, the whole highway will know that one car. They won't know the 100 cars going left or right. They will knows that one, that one car going right to left.
You're doing something different.
We're going to take a quick break. Juan, Florexile, Non-Free Lounge. Come on back.
New Move of God Pentecostal Church in the Bronx needs your prayers and assistance in purchasing a new church home. Won't you open your hearts and support? Go to www.gofundme/newmogpc. Any donation is appreciated. For more information, go to newmoveofgodpentecostalchurch.org.
It's the girls Yasin
and Tanisha,
and we are Real Ladies, Real Talk.
Yeah, we know you're trying to listen to your football game.
Yeah, we know. But this is for Wednesday night from 6:30 to 8:30. You can watch us on Ustream Live,
or you can go ahead and download our weekly podcast on iTunes and Stitcher.
Get in line.
At least it's not on Sunday.
Everybody, it's your girl Tish Love.
It's Darnell.
Thais, along with your boy
Uncle Dash.
Be sure to download the DSN BX mobile app so you can check out our live stream.
Especially if your team is losing on a Thursday night, we'll be there to lift your spirits.
So remember,
it's Get to Know Me live every Thursdays 9 to 10 on DSN.
This Sunday morning at 9, Lily's International Christian Outreach presents a celebration worship service with special guest, Dove Awards nominee Alvin Slaughter.
Lay down your burdens at the altar.
Come out and receive your blessings from God at the King's Temple, 36 Franklin Avenue, Hewlett, New York. Again, that's Alvin Slaughter this Sunday morning, May 22nd, starting at 9. And it's free. Let's all rejoice in the Lord. For more information, go to liliesinternational.org.
Join in the time of celebration.
To whom it may concern. Give yourself permission to engage in the lost art of conversation. Indulge in the exchange of stimulating thoughts and ideas. Examine and reflect. If intrigued, allow me the pleasure of presiding over said forum. Welcome to Well Modeled.
Football fan.
We're back on the Ride 950 Lounge live Saturday, talking to my man Juan Florexile. The movie The Consequence coming out November 30th, and it's on all platforms.
Yeah, every platform that you like watching on. You like Amazon Prime, watch it on Prime.
Mm-hmm.
You like iTunes, watch it on iTunes.
Like 950 Network,
there you go.
Yeah. But again, we were talking about a myriad of different things, but I want to go into cast, and again, I always joke and say you're like Spike Lee Jr. because you keep your cast follow you everywhere. Like you mentioned, Rollo and a few others, they follow you. You got your son now doing it. It's a family affair. Your wife's involved. Talk about the cast and that loyalty because, and I'm happy to say I have that here with our brand at 950, but it's very rare that you have a group of people who follow. I know the Checklist has it as well with some
that also believes that
their dream becomes empowers to their dream. Your thoughts on your cast?
Oh man, that's one thing I'm blessed to have, even though we don't have budget. Mm-hmm. Whenever I got something, I write something, I'll call people that I already work with and like, yo, I got this, that, I got you in mind. Word, send the script, let's go.
Right.
Even before reading it, they down. So
right.
I'm definitely happy with that. And this movie, we got a great cast. Some guys you haven't seen, new up-and-comers, some seasonal, and some that you already seen some of the projects I've done.
Now, do you grab like other people, like from other web series and, tell them, I'd like you to be on mine, because you see how they work, and everything like that?
Well, not particularly just web series, but as long as the person's in acting period, I definitely mess with them. Right. What we do, we'll put a casting call, and if the person fits the role, they come audition, and we take it from there.
Now, you said audition. They do have to audition. It ain't like I'm just going to put you on.
Nah, man.
You have to know who you're working with.
Yeah. The first movie was like, all right, whatever. But now, yes.
Yeah, exactly. You ain't got to audition.
I'm out of here.
I'm out of here. Oh, the hell with that, man.
The Consequence.
That leads me to my next question. We talked about the voodoo and with the
right? They go to voodoo.
It's behind me.
Don't blame me. I've been bringing them on the show. But let's talk about the the Haitian culture and mindset with that. Now, again, I mean, you've married a woman. You have a biracial marriage.
Yes.
Does those ideals play in your family's lifestyle? And okay.
The consequence. Yes, a lot. Like even some of the scenes. By the way, we went to Haiti to shoot. The first 20 minutes of the movie takes place in Haiti.
Okay.
And then the rest is in the U.S. because it's a full feature, 1 hour and 45 minutes.
Okay.
And a lot of the voodoo, you know, which me, I came here very young, so I don't know anything about it other than what's told to me.
Right.
But I know my grandmother, she was heavily deep in it, and that was her thing. Like when I try to ask a question and make fun of it, she would get upset, you know, because they really believe in it. That's their thing.
Right.
And like I said in the beginning, it's not only a culture, but it's part of a lot of people's religion. Like, you know, some of us will go and pray to, you know, the statue, to God, the Catholic, and some will, you know, they'll have their candle, and this is what they do, and they pray to whatever you call it, Satan, the angels, but they believe in voodoo, man. And, you know, I really show that depicted in the film. Like I show, you know, the character Dave, like he had to struggle with that.
Right.
Voodoo's a big deal.
After you watch The Consequence, go dig into Netflix and go get Angel Heart and see how Lisa Bonet was acting with the voodoo.
Probably still is, man. Ain't been right ever since. You know?
So again, man, we got this new movie coming out. Again, I know you put the work in, and we thank you for coming here. But talk about some of the other advertising efforts and, I guess, challenges that an independent film has. I mean, on limited budget and really trying to get out there to a global presence.
Well, it's just the footwork, man, going out, putting posters everywhere, and relying on the social media, and basically just go out, spread the word for word. The cast members, they doing a great job telling people at work, friends tell a friend, and that's basically what we could do until, you know, that call comes in and solidify some kind of budget going on. But until then, we just gonna keep putting good production and just keep rocking, man.
Well, my thing is that if you believe in something, it will happen.
Definitely.
So it's just a matter of time.
Well, that's not for everybody, but for Juan, it is. don't put false open.
I'm happy.
No, but if you really passionate about something, don't let somebody else deter you to stop. Because it's been plenty of people when we started. Then and
I keep a book.
Strong.
I keep a book, and it's true because when we first started, people were like, "What the hell are they doing?" But now, you know, that group either doesn't talk to me anymore, or they just like, "Oh, I knew you guys were gonna do it." And I haven't popped any bottles yet because we're still on the grind. And I don't think I'll ever do that because I feel every week I get better. And I'm very, you know, anybody can ask. I critique my team really hard, and I critique myself even harder. Because again, I think if you're going to spend a few minutes with all the content out here, it's like all the movies and all, if you're going to spend a few minutes to hear what I have to say, I think I owe you that.
Absolutely.
I think I owe you that.
Absolutely.
Right. Again, got a few minutes left, and brother, I want to thank you. We'll definitely get these posters out and put them in different places for you. But what's the next step for you? Consequences here. Yeah. We're gonna hope and push to make that work well.
November 30th.
November 30th.
Stream it on every platform, any platform of your choice.
Make it a holiday gift for somebody.
Yes. Yeah.
But what's the next step in FlowX? I mean, again, you've been grinding for. I know you're still waiting for the call, but you're creating your own underground railroad.
Yeah. That too. I'm just saying, like it happens. I'm content and I'm happy because, like I said, my supporters. They tell me like the movies I make, the stuff I do, they like it, and I'm gonna keep going. You know, that helps boost my morale.
Right.
But what's next is we got Love Is Blind, the movie. You know, we shot the web series.
Right.
You know, and now, you know, after so many people been asking, I'm like, you know what? We shot the movie. We did a movie version. So now
you already shot it?
Yeah. Instead of a season 2, season 3, I just put everything one.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a 2 full-hour movie.
Nice.
And the story continues from where we left off.
Okay.
So that the trailer drops the next few weeks.
Definitely get that to us.
But
and definitely come on back.
The consequence right
That's
now.
right. Let's talk about consequence, no doubt.
Love is Blind, the movie will be coming. All the people that support us is coming. Love is Blind, the movie.
No doubt, no doubt. Again, November 30th, go get the consequence. Florex Films, the homie Juan Florexile. Where can people reach out to you one more time, more information?
On IG, it's WANSLIM, the number 1, Juan Slim 1. And then I'm on Facebook, Wanly, Juan, WANLEE, like Spike Lee. And what's the other one? I don't barely use it, but
there ain't gonna be nobody gonna watch it.
Don't put it out there.
Yeah, we don't want nobody
if
going
somebody
there.
goes there, you're like, well, you know, I don't use it at all.
Some people use Twitter.
No doubt.
But catch me at Juan Slim 1.
Yeah, like Trump uses Twitter. My man Juan Florexile.
Kev, you like that guy, huh?
No, I don't. No, but I just sarcastic with it. If I don't make jokes about it, I'll cry. Again, Juan Florexile, the consequence, November 3rd. Go out and get it.